Hello, and it's the Warp Forge with a messy table once again as we get into the nitty gritty of another Doctrina Imperatives video for the series. So in this video I'm going to showcase my Cohort Cybernetica formation that I've just managed to complete. Not sure what I'll be able to get next. I've still got 2 squads of Skitari recently purchased that I need to build up still for 80 bodies, which is absolutely going to be killer for my stuff. Because it's just going to... Building the last 60 bodies is really taking it out of us, I'll admit. And I also have another Dune Crawler, so I think I'll build a Dune Crawler first, get out of the way, and then it's just the final push to get everything built. And hopefully we'll get on to painting. So obviously, the main noticeable feature about these is that the heads are different or full of smoke launchers. What I tried to do here was, if I can zoom in and focus, as you can see, what I used was a Chaos Marine cockpit guy from one of those Land Raider and the Predator and Rhino kits, the little torso that popped out the hatch. I used that as a sort of neck joint, and it really fits in well once you cut off the excess they used to push up onto the cockpit. Cut that out, file it down smooth, and that front wire, if we can get a lighting source on it, if we can move them slight mini, as you can see in the center, there's a massive wire that just lines up perfectly and makes it look very in tune, and just little details like that just make it very synchronized. Makes the model look a bit more natural than ham-fisted attempts. These smoke launchers, I'll admit, I don't know if they look ham-fisted or not, but I like them as they are. A lot of people that have commented on Facebook keep saying that Johnny 5 lives, and obviously Johnny 5 really doesn't like the imperial law of, the banishment and exile and persecution of artificial intelligence, so why not become a heretic and spread the same fear he had to endure for millennia to come, and clone himself in the process into 4 guys. So yeah, with badass arms and all this stuff, he's even got a few spikes, and obviously the decorative elements on the flamers are all different. For me latest 2, the guy directly behind him and this guy, I wanted to have a bit more Night Lordsy feel. Now I do have the etched brass, and I have tried gluing really small Night Lords symbols onto the shoulder pads. But as you can see, with the dried up thin glue, it's just too fiddly, I'll be honest. I really wanted to do that, but it was just too fiddly and I got frustrated with it, so I just went, yeah, that's it. So aside from that, 2 of them Night Lords, and 2 of them are just from tank and infantry accessories. So this guy, as you can see, a little bit more, just a normal chaos stuff from the Chaos Infantry sprue. And this guy has a spike on. And all of them are in different poses. 2 of them are a bit more relaxed or at guard. The others are a bit more dynamic or dynamically posed, as you can see. That was probably my first built one because of the gap in the foot, as I didn't realise how the foot... Well, it wasn't that I didn't realise how the feet would go together, but more of the fact that the legs were just so hard to put together. As a recommendation for anyone who does these models, clip off the pegs on the torso, on the groin part, because it's just so fiddly to do. And if you get a bit of blue tack or something, dry fit them before you glue them, you should be fine. Plus, I think it gives you a little bit more customizability, because, like I say, I've had to do that on some of them because it's just that fiddly, and I just thought, you know what, sod it. They look fine, and you know what, it'll give a little bit more individuality to them. So yeah, can't wait to paint these up. So we'll go on to the next batch. Here we go. So here's the data smiths. They're literally just standard models. The only conversion work I've done was I took a scalpel to the edge there just to get rid of the rosette. And that was it, because Chaos don't really use rosettes, and when I try to, because some of them are just too fiddly, and sometimes they're just very draining, especially on Skitarii models. So I'm just going to paint them black and then just like have some heretical scrolls or something. And as you can see here, this guy right here is another Tech Priest Dominius, a different one this time. And he has the Uncreator Gauntlet, which is just one of those hydraulic claws or something from the Chaos, well, no, not the Chaos, the Heavy Servitor kit. So he technically, rules-wise, it's just a piece of tech. So he still has the Power Axe, as it doesn't replace the Power Axe. So I just thought a big heavy fist could be a good reminder of both Power Axe and Uncreator Gauntlet. In addition, some of the Heavy Servitor kits, I used the little claw things on his backpack to just represent a little bit more. As you can see, I haven't added the Skya Scroll, or the Skya Scroll, yeah, the skull part of the servo skull on, and that's because I have literally no idea where it's went. If I find it, I'll stick it on. If I don't, well, it's not like the model's missing much. It looks a bit more subtle and less out there than some of the other stuff that have came out. So, well, some that the original model has, I suppose. So, after that, I can't wait to start using this formation. And so this is how the formation should look like on the table. For empowering the Castellans, almost forgot the name there, trundling around, breaking face of Power Fists. Now a lot of people might ask, why did I use Power Fists instead of the usual force for weapons that you see everywhere? Well, I just looked at me current AdMech and Cult Mechanicum forces. I said Cult Mechanicum, not Cult Mechanicus, because this is meant to be Dark Mechanicum at the end of the day. So, the Cult Mechanicum force has a lot of range and at least no combat. It doesn't use those priests, so I was just going to go full out and use two Power Fists, a pair of Power Fists on a few fearless monstrous creatures at toughness 7. They're going to tank shots, they're going to get in, they're going to start breaking face. Especially with like 2 or 3 attacks each, so 3, 4, potentially 5. I can't remember the stat line of attacks that I have off my head, but again, 3 to 4 attacks per base, so 4, 8, 12, 16 potentially on the charge. That's a lot of strength 10 attacks. And then, especially against tanks, you've got the Uncreator Gauntlet. And as a friend is shown, or somewhere when I think I watched a battle report. Well, it wasn't a battle report, it was just during the game. I was watching a game of his, and he went up against an Imperial Knight with the Uncreator Gauntlet and rolled a 6. Yeah, so it survived the chain sword, whatever, and then rolled a 6 for the Uncreator Gauntlet, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was everywhere, and it was just, wow, okay. So that was cool. So this is a Cybernetica cohort, is the next story or page in the Imperative Doctrines channel. Channel series. So thanks for watching. If you liked what you've seen, you want to see more, then please give this a subscribe. This channel subscribe. If you liked what you see, click a like. If you want to talk about anything about this video, then please go to the comment section and talk about anything or any questions you have. I'm happy to answer and talk with you all about this project. And if you want to share this project around, get the name out there, and talk about Dark Mechanicum and how it's, even in the 41st millennium, it's still an interesting subject to date, then please share it around. It's very much appreciated. So thank you, this is the Warp Forge, signing out, and remember, keep on forging.